Naples is a city that does what it wants. And that doesn't stop with the food. Here, Neapolitan fare is king, from impeccably silky bondole to risottos and pasta pies. And don't think we forgot the pizza. The first ever pizza on earth was baked in Naples, don't forget, with the lightest, thinnest base you can imagine and a seriously airy crust. But the foodie highlights here don't stop at classic pasta and pizza. Number 1. Ristorante Matazzi. Run by the charming Alfonso Matazzi, who greets all his customers like old friends at the door, Ristorante Matazzi is a proper institution. The wood-paneled dining room, decorated with historic prints of the city, is a second home for a cross-generational mix of professionals at lunchtime. By evening, it draws a sophisticated crowd of regulars who can count on Alfonso's simple. Number 2. Trattoria di Nanella. Trattoria di Nanella is Naples' best-known trattoria, not so much for its food as for its loud and chaotic atmosphere where purposely rude waiters play up to their unruly reputation by dancing on tables, throwing plastic plates of ragu across tables and, as you may have heard, serving fruit at the end of your meal in a big ceramic toilet seat. Number 3. Cibicati. Nonna Anna. Neapolitans take mealtimes extremely seriously, meaning there are a plethora of tiny trattorias that cater to workers unable to get home for a warm meal. Cibicati is a historic lunch spot tucked away in the Mergellina-covered market. Number 4. Cantina di Via Sapienza. Easily mistakable as one of the Bassi, ground-floor apartments that punctuate the narrow alleyways of the Old Town, the storied Cantina della Sapienza, formerly a wine cellar, appears unchanged since it opened more than a century ago. Fewer than 10 tables are crammed into the warmly lit dining area, where workers chat in thick Neapolitan dialect. Number 5. Taverna dell'Arte. At the top of several steep steps, a single lantern marks the vine-covered entrance to this tiny restaurant. Knock at the door, and you'll be welcomed with open arms by Marcellino Amato, a former insurance broker who in retirement made it his aim to establish one of the city's best Italian restaurants. Alongside young chef Marco Di Martino, he has succeeded. Number 6. Ristorante il Garum. Garum, an anchovy concentrate used by the Romans, now gives its name to one of the best fish restaurants in the historic center tucked inside the picturesque Piazza Monte Oliveto, opposite the stunning Renaissance facade of Chiesa di Sant'Anna dei Lombardi. This well-located restaurant makes the ideal spot to watch the world go by. Number 7. Ad Eufratimo. Ad Eufratimo is a true favorite among locals, who pass the time smoking out in the street or watching the football on a TV propped up in the corner. Just off the Pignaseca market in Montesanto, this cozy restaurant's specialties include abundant seafood antipasti and linguine ai frutti di mare. Number 8. Trattoria Malinconico. Behind the fruit and veg market in Upmarket Vomero is Trattoria Malinconico, marked by a simple faded sign above the door reading Vino e Olio, nodding to its former life as a grocery store. The family who owns the place served Neapolitan classics with a refreshingly laid-back approach to service. The clientele comprises visitors and local market sellers refueling after a long morning's bartering. Number 9. La Scialuppa. Before the cholera outbreak in 1972, Marina di Santa Lucia was home to generations of cockle farming fishermen. Today the small harbor is filled with an array of elegant sailing boats, around which you'll find some of the city's smartest restaurants. While away an afternoon at La Scialuppa overlooking the water and indulging in fresh fish and pasta dishes served on traditional Vietri plates. Number 10. Mimi alla Ferrovia. Mimi alla Ferrovia has been frequented by journalists, academics and stars such as Maradona and Fellini in its time. Despite the semblance of grandeur, a frescoed ceiling, white tablecloths and photos of their illustrious clientele on the walls, the atmosphere is unfussy, and the food is rooted in Neapolitan traditions. Presentation is taken up a notch to make it an experience to remember.